on Secular Jihadists, you had not Ali Rizvi, sorry. You had the guy, the Pakistani ex-Muslim did. Uh, Two
I don't
Pakistani
remember.
ex-Muslims. Video
Okay, okay.
Vids and
Oh yes.
Harry
Oh yeah.
Sultan. Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
You
about that.
guys talk about transgender issues, and
Yes.
first I wanted to know: is Video Vids saying his honest beliefs, or is he playing a character? Because he seemed like he was playing a character, but I couldn't tell.
No, it's his honest beliefs.
Okay, because he was like, because sometimes like I feel like he was kind of acting more outraged at some point. So I was like, oh, is he acting or is he genuine? You know?
Sometimes he just likes to maybe say it in a controversial way, but a lot of it is his views.
Okay, and I was kind of wondering, have you changed your take on transmedicalism?
What do you think my views are on transmedicalism?
So personally, I lean towards a soft version of transmedicalism. So transmedicalism, in like the basic, the general sense, is just to be, you believe a belief that for someone to be trans, they need to have gender dysphoria, which means like they need to feel like uh, it's like a mental illness, like a feeling that there's something wrong with you with your body, and there's like a need to change that. But the like left wing take is that you don't need dysphoria to be trans. But personally, I say you need some type of dysphoria. But people like Blair White and like woke like people like her would say no. Like if you're not like super hardcore dysphoria, you're just faking it. I wouldn't go that far,
I
but I do think that yeah.
No, I do think like okay, so socially,
Hmm.
okay, I don't need you to have gender dysphoria for me to just be respecting your choices. Okay. Um, so if you say you're trans, I'll just accept that, just socially. Okay.
Yeah.
Practically and legally, there needs to be a little bit of a barrier so that this thing cannot be abused. Just a little bit, just a tiny bit. For example, I don't know, 2 years living as a trans, some recognition of gender, dysphoria. Okay, but again, if I maybe I'm willing to change my position of this, right? But practically and legally, if you want you to be recognized with this new gender, I think there needs to be a barrier that is introduced. It can't be just like I can change my gender every 5 minutes. I know people don't do that, but I know a lot of bigots, a lot of transphobes who do that, who just to make this whole thing look ridiculous. So at least if you want to close it off to being taken abused by bigots, then put just a little bit of a wall to make it a little bit difficult for people to take advantage of the system. Again, but this wall of like being recognized that you have the gender dysphoria and living as 2 years with your new gender before the name recognition and before legally being assigned a new gender, that is legal and practical things. But socially, I just want to say that I'll go with whatever you want to say. I'll go with whatever
Yeah.
pronouns, whatever name, whatever gender you want. I don't need to wait for 2 years. Just tell me what you want and I'll go with that.
Yeah, I guess we agree on this. The only difference is that if someone tells me they go by he, him, or she, her, I'm cool with that. They don't need to tell me why or whatever. I'll just use that. But if they'd
Yeah.
use some like weird like neo gender pronoun whatever, that I might not use. I'll just use they them.
Why not? I'll just use, if somebody says use Z, them, I don't know. What is it? Z?
I don't even know. There's like hundreds of them because people can like make
Yeah,
up.
I don't like. Why not? I mean, if it's why not? I don't lose anything. I'll just
Yeah,
use
but
it.
it's kind of silly though, right? It's like, it makes a
So
joke out
like,
of trying to do it.
yeah, but me using it is not. It's not gonna.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, what's
guess
the
just
cost when
be
I
nice
use
to
it?
them. Just to be nice to them. Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine.
even if it's silly, I'm not being silly by just that person might be silly if they're using like some new pronouns that nobody's using. But me just being like, sure, we're not. I mean, it would just be a weird like I'm holding my ground here. No, like, oh, like I will never. You can't make me, like over my dead body. Like, sure, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I think as silly it is. Okay, here's the thing: as silly it is to maybe make up new pronouns that no one uses. Okay, it is even sillier to resist using them if somebody's asking it. Like, it's like acting like your rights or something is like you're like sacrifice. Like, no, I am defending these principles. It's kind of like acting your Chad or something just because you're refusing to use certain pronouns. I think that's also silly. No.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the way I look at it, it's like less than 1% of the world is trans. Like, if someone who's trans tells you, "Hey, I use these pronouns," just use it. Realistically, you're not gonna meet that many people. Like, it's not a big deal.
To have your questions answered on the next live stream, become my patron today. You can do so with as little as $1 a month. Link in the description below.